Have you ever come home from vacation just to find that all of your chill, all of your relaxation, and all of just that ease just sort of evaporates when you walk in the door? Well, I just got home from my staycation in Capri, and I think I picked up a couple of lessons that I want to carry forth into my non-vacation life and keep carrying those forward. So I'm curious if any of them resonate with you. So hi, and welcome to my channel. I'm Liz from Closet Play Image. If we've not met before, I'm an image, wardrobe, and color consultant, aka personal trainer for your personal style. I, though, like to think of myself as a mindful dressing evangelist. So I blog and I share on this channel thoughts, tips, and tricks about style and wardrobing for real people with real lives and real budgets. So what does that have to do with like Capri and my staycation? I'll link those blog posts and videos below, but I just got back from 10 days in Capri. It was a lot of imagining, but it was really a fabulous vacation. But as I was, as I was transitioning to coming back home and coming back to work, I realized that like so many of us, I wasn't really ready to go back to work yet either. But I know that there's things I can carry forward to keep that kind of ease and that, just that chill in my day and not get all caught up in the spinning wheels, running nightmare. Now granted, it's kind of been a little different since COVID-19 came through, but I want to carry a couple things that I learned forward. So a couple things I didn't do any differently while I was on vacation, and it turned out that I am not very good at sleeping in, so we were still getting up at like 5:30 in the morning, which is just stupid crazy when you're on vacation, but really it's a really comfortable and cool time of the day, so because we live in a very hot place, so it was actually great. But one of the things I realized, so here I've got my little wardrobe behind me, and so I did my 4-3-2-1 pack. And like I said, that's posted down below. And I really enjoyed living with my really tiny little wardrobe just hanging here. Now that doesn't mean I want to see my clothes hanging all the time. That's not my jam. I'm more of a put it behind closed doors person, but I don't want to open my closet. I don't want to open my closet and see chaos. I want it to be as neat and tidy and minimal as it can be. Because when it came down to that, so I need to go through my capsule wardrobe that I've already created for spring or for summer, and I need to pare that back even further. Because to be honest, with the 10 pieces, which includes the jean shorts that I'm wearing here, I was really happy. The only thing I wasn't thrilled with was I got a little tired of all the gold jewelry, because I'm not a gold jewelry girl, but it was all part of the theme, so that's good. And I went with it today just sort of as a, it's still out and I don't really feel like pulling anything else out right now kind of maneuver. But I personally find I am happier with limits. Some people are options people, some people are limits people. And so knowing which you are is really powerful, and that's a piece of that mindful dressing equation. So I'm more of a limits person, I'm more creative, and I'm more happy working within those limits. So that's number one, is I need to scale back even further. I may actually just build this out just a little bit more, and take the 10 pieces that I had and add another 3 or 5 and live with that through the rest of the month. Another 3 would bring me to a baker's dozen. I've done a baker's dozen capsule wardrobe before. But the thing that really caught my interest was in one of the books I was reading. They were talking, it was a book about Italian life and La Dolce Vita and La Bella Figura and all that good stuff. And it's talking about how, now this isn't everybody obviously, but you know, an Italian woman only needs 15 things in her wardrobe. And I'm like, okay, yeah, whatever. But at the same time, I thought, maybe I'll take that list and see how I can finish out the month with that. I don't think I'll necessarily finish out the summer with it, but I think I may try that to finish out the month. Just because. So I did find that I really, number two, so one was that I'm happier with limits. Two, I really love just having a very tiny bit, here, let me reach down here, so of my jewelry and things out. Having it all available to me is just, it's too much choice. It's too much choice. And the funny thing is, either I can get rid of it or I can rotate it. I'm not sure if I'm ready to get rid of it, but I think that I can work a little rotation pattern, because I know from my own past and my history that I do that anyway, naturally. So I will pull out, I will wear the same jewelry or variations on a little grouping of jewelry like all week long, because that's just what's speaking to me. So I think I need to make sure that I do that and just kind of pull out what I need and kind of get rid, not get rid of the rest, because something about that just, I'm not there yet, but get the rest out of sight. So out of sight, out of mind may be really key for me here. The third thing is that I just really need to make sure that I build recess into my day, and by that I mean something that's not on a list, where I just go, oh, whether that's even just 15 minutes or a half an hour, to do something completely that I just want to do. I have been especially getting ready for this trip and getting everything set out for all that time off, I had so much work to do in advance, blog posts and social media posts and all that stuff that has to happen in order to create a seamless flow, that every minute of my day was scheduled for a couple of weeks before I took the time off. So there's that, is it really worth going on vacation kind of thing? But yes, it was, because it woke me up to the fact that I need that every day. And for me, that time has to be outside. Whether that's eating breakfast outside in the morning, that made me so happy. Evenings here are a little hot and buggy, and my mother lives with us, and getting her out onto our back porch, which is a couple steps down, isn't really very feasible. But whether that's Curtis and I going out to have, a drink later on outside, if we can keep away the mosquitoes, but just spending some time outside every day. I know it's important for my mental health, but wow. Yeah, it's just powerful. And when I don't do it, I feel the pressure and the stress. So I'm happier with limits. I'm definitely happier with limits. I need that outdoor time every day. It doesn't matter what the weather's doing, and it doesn't even matter what I'm doing. And I realized how much I miss the water. I grew up, I live here in Georgia, relatively landlocked except for the river, and there's a lake up the way too, but I need to get my backside to the water. Obviously I'm not going to the beach anytime soon. That's not going to work for our family and our living situation, but I can at least get out to the lake. I can get down to the river. I grew up on a really big lake, grew up in Lake Michigan, which in some ways is kind of like an ocean. People actually surf on it, believe it or not. And I need that. I need to hear the water. It's just part of my DNA from growing up there. And I've always been happiest when we've lived in places that are near the water. So I need to make sure that I get a little outdoors in my day, I get a little water in my week, and that I am more careful about my limits. And I don't like to think of them as creating limits or boundaries for myself, because some people, that word is very negative, but I think of it more as a scaffold or a framework that I can build on. So when you unpack, if opening up your closet makes you stressed out, give that some thought. Maybe you need to kind of create a little mini capsule and just live with that for a week or 2 weeks or 3 weeks and see how that makes you feel. It's all an experiment. And what worked for you when you were in your 20s may not work for you in your 30s or your 40s or your 50s. So you may be in a very different place in your life. because our style isn't static. Our style changes and grows with us. And all the experiences that we live and change and grow will change our style. There are elements that will continue the same throughout our lives, but we change and we grow, because if we're not growing, we're decomposing. So I hope you have a fabulous day. I hope that you get a chance to have some vacation this summer, whether it's vacation or staycation, and a little rest and relaxation. And I hope that when you come back from it, you can bring lessons and good things from that back into your everyday life that carries forward. And there goes the phone, because this is all kind of like alive. All right, I hope you have a wonderful day. Hope to see you again soon. Bye-bye.